All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Actual Anime Podcast, a podcast where we talk about anime, manga, video games, and everything in between. I'm your host, Stefan. My co hosts need no introduction. You already know who they are. Let's get it. How's y'all
What's
week?
Yo,
good?
How's y'all week been?
shoot, week's been weird work wise, but
Uh,
other than that, finished Call of Duty campaign, finished Devil Inside Me story. So now I'm getting back on this God of War,
mm-hmm.
and I got to figure out what to play next. So yeah,
Nice. Nice.
Man, week's been all right. I'm here. You know what I mean. It's been a long week after the Giants lost, so RIP to my team.
Oof.
But
Big oof.
yeah, man, it's been good
Oof.
so far as gaming wise. I'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to that segment. But
Yeah.
yeah, gaming been good. Anime's been good, man. Just living life.
Living life, living life. So, if y'all can't tell, I'm a little sick. So, I can't be the wonderful, fun, energetic host I usually am. So, Ellis is gonna take it away and lead the
I'm
episode.
fun and energetic.
Ellis is gonna take it away and lead the episode in my place. So go ahead, man. Take it away.
All right, dope. So today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. So it's gonna be like a mix of both, like video game and anime stuff, or pretty much anything. So we're gonna do like a wrap up of 2022 and what was our best and worst moments, and that can be, like I said, anything to where it be games, movies, anime, life in general. If you want to go that deep, and then we'll switch it up to where what's our top five upcoming games that we're most excited for the year. So
Okay.
Bet,
um
bet.
and then last we'll do the Last of Us impressions. Now, just to be clear, now Bmar, I know you said you watched like the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, did you see the first episode at least? Two? Okay, cool.
Both of them.
Cool.
Dope. Dope,
Fire.
dope, dope. We're gonna get into it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, so best and worst moments of last year. Who wanted to go first? I'll go last.
I'll go
I
first. I'll go
mean,
first.
yeah, get into it. Get into it.
I'll go first, man. I'm telling you. Hey, in terms of anime with 2022, bro, that Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc, that
Yes,
entire
sir.
fucking arc was a banger from start to finish, bro. From start to finish. That animation was clean. The way they adapted everything from the manga to the show was insane. The stakes felt high. The villains was villaining, bro. Top tier. Top tier.
Fuego.
Agreed.
Fuego.
Hey, yeah.
Agreed. Now I don't want to cut you off, but do y'all want to like do list all the stuff at the same time, or do y'all want to go back and forth? Like you do one, you do one.
Don't matter to me.
We can go back and forth.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
matter to me.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So uh I'll say if he did a best, I'll do a worst. Worst
Okay.
thing for me was the cat and mouse game that got played with DC comic fans. We got
Mm.
we got
Mm,
Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. We got
mm,
Henry Cavill back as Superman, and then they were like, "Psych, we canceled everything. Everybody canceled. Everybody gone." And I was just
mm.
like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
So yeah, that back and forth kind of pissed me off. So that was kind of a RIP because I was looking forward to having a Dwayne Johnson versus Superman, Black Man versus Superman movie. Seeing him interacting with
Nope.
Shazam, and then they're like,
Nope.
"Fuck you" and everything you stand for, and we were like, "God damn it!" So
Yeah.
See, they tease us. If y'all seen Black Adam, they tease us with that scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was rough. It was rough.
Damn. Yeah. No, that was unfortunate. DC, please get better.
Facts.
Um, shoot. If we talking about DC, I'm a piggyback right on that. Worst moment. One of the worst moments is Gotham Knights. Oh
Hmm.
my
Oh
That
god,
was that was in my
yeah,
shit too. That was in
bro!
yeah,
my
that
shit.
was one of mine.
I was looking forward to playing this game. Like
Pumped.
I was, I was ready. And then I looked at the reviews. I'm like, it can't be that bad. Like,
Yes,
to
it
each their
can.
It's
own.
that
You can
bad.
play it once
It
you play it on
that
your
bad.
own. Like, you'll get
Yeah,
your own opinion, right? And
facts.
then I started to see more glitches, and I'm starting to see what the actual gameplay is. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go back to Arkham Asylum, Arkham City,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
because
Yep.
this is
Arkham
not
Knight. Yeah.
Not even close to being it.
the way they had. Now the costumes is cool. That's the only thing that
True.
I'm gonna say about that. But when
Everything
it
else
comes to
just is broken though. Yeah.
the fighting mechanics, it was broken. Like, bro, Rocksteady, please come back,
Facts.
Yeah.
fix
And
this.
the one thing that I'm not trying to cut anybody off, so my bad on that. But like
Yeah.
if for those of us who don't know, like my two favorite heroes of all time, is Nightwing and the Flash. Those are like my
Mm-hmm.
favorite comic book heroes ever. Nightwing and Red Hood in that game, they have a dynamic that's like not normal. Like Jason Todd hates Dick Grayson because
Mm.
Batman always chose Dick over
Pause.
Jason every time. Yeah, pause. Whoa. Yeah. Anyway, he always chose Nightwing over Red Hood every time. And so
Mhm.
like this dynamic where they're like like brotherly to a point, it's not really accurate.
They don't
You
fit.
know what I mean? Like it just
Got
like
you.
Jason's jealous of him all the time, and Jason's supposed to be a thug. Like he's supposed to be the thug of the Bat family.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
And it's all messed up.
I was looking at comparisons for like the Batman. Damn, what was that recent one that came out? It wasn't the one that after Arkham City.
Arkham Knight? Oh,
Yeah, that
Origins.
one. Night,
Is it,
Night, the
okay.
one with Rocksteady. So they had the DLC. They was comparing the DLC with um Gotham Knights, and the way that
Mhm.
Jason Todd was moving and the way that he was moving in Arkham Knights, two totally
Too
different
different.
things. He was bulkier. He felt like a tank, but in
Mm-hmm.
Arkham Knight,
Yeah.
he was like a ninja. Like
Well,
Yeah.
it
agile
was
as hell, huh?
two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
It's just
yeah,
different.
the fighting mechanics that completely threw me off. That's probably the worst game of 2020 by far. Not the
I think it's
worst,
definitely
but
up
it's one
there.
of the
I think
worst.
it's definitely up there. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I
It's
say
think
one
it's
of
it's
the
the
because of
worst.
worst,
the
but it's
hype.
in the
The
conversation.
hype, yeah, the drop off from the hype
Mm-hmm.
made it probably worse. Yeah.
Hype
Yep.
is a crazy thing, man. When a game gets like overhyped and that bitch undersells like a motherfucker, that's an insane
Mhm.
situation.
Yep.
True.
Insane.
So that's one
All
for
right.
me.
Cool. Yeah. So honestly, I don't have a lot of like worst moments because my 2022 was low key lit as fuck. So playing Elden Ring for the first time, that
Yes,
shit.
sir.
When you
That was
first
on my
walk
list.
out, and you see that entire scenery of everywhere you can go,
Yeah.
bro. There's a lot of moments in gaming that's just kind of like standing out. That's one of them
Yeah.
moments that's gonna stand out to
Yeah.
me for a minute. Just seeing the open world and seeing like everything you can do. That's again top tier. Can't beat it. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
Game of the year.
I agree.
mm-hmm.
I agree. That game is beautiful. I think I'll go with another good one because I just was harping on negative things. Um, I think one of the best parts of 2022 for me was finally getting an anime adaptation for Chainsaw Man. Like
Mm-hmm.
Chainsaw Man dropping, bro. That thing was fire.
Yeah.
And I was not gonna give it a chance, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad y'all convinced me to give it a chance because that thing was just
It's
the way the combat is in that is just beautiful. Like it's just a beautiful anime. I'm glad
Yeah.
it's here to stay. I'm glad it was well received. Yeah, for the most part, there's always those haters out there, but yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. So I'd say that's probably one of my better moments for anime.
Got you. Yeah, one of my other better moments. I only got like one more bad one, but the rest are pretty much good. Cyberpunk Resurgence. So Cyberpunk made a comeback definitely of last year. With that being with the show, I think that was awarded for best new anime. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. If y'all haven't seen it, I highly recommend y'all go see it. But that show made people go back and play the game, and the sales were like reached like 100%. And like the way this game is playing now, because I recently went back and played it. Uh,
Mhm.
this game is amazing. Now, granted, I was pumped 2020. I was ready for this game to come out when it first dropped, but you all know how that went. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this game is too broken.
We
But
remember.
yeah. So,
We
but
ain't forget.
Project Red, they made a comeback with this one. Definitely, like I said, with the show, it really helped them bring that game back. And DLC for Cyberpunk is coming out this year too, and it's got Idris Elba in it.
Mhm.
Really?
So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So if you played Cyberpunk, Keanu Reeves, he was like one of the big actors in there. It's
Yeah.
Idris
Yeah.
Elba now for the DLC.
That's
Nice.
So
fire. That's gonna be nice. Yeah.
that's gonna be fire. So if they can take note on what they did of last year and keep the same stuff for this year, hopefully nothing will go bad.
I mean, it
So
shouldn't be that
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
It
it
shouldn't be that
shouldn't be
hard.
Yeah.
hard,
You
but
already have the foundation. Just
yeah,
okay.
Just make it
let's
happen.
not drop the ball.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not jinx it. Forget I said anything. Okay. Okay, man. Yeah. Anime wise, one of my favorite moments in 2022 was me dedicating a good few months to getting caught up on One Piece and finally fucking
Yes,
doing it.
sir.
Nice.
Finally
Yeah.
fucking doing it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it took me a good minute, man. But you know what? I'm caught up. Luffy's that nigga, and that's just it. That's
Did
it,
you
and
see
that's all.
did you see last episode?
Mhm. Mhm.
Bruh.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you caught up with the manga too?
So no, I'm still with the show.
Okay.
But I already know stuff goes down. I've heard of stuff. Stuff
Okay.
goes down.
Yeah.
You heard about the
But
big fight?
yes,
Okay. Cool.
yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
But
I'm
I
about like 3 or 4 episodes behind, so don't be spoiling nothing for me.
Yeah, that's why I said big fight. I ain't said I ain't name dropping nobody. Yeah, but that's lit. Getting caught up in One Piece is lit. So
got you.
All right, so I think I'll go with one of my worst moments again, just because I want to keep us balanced here. I I know I talk about this pretty much every other week because this show has the potential to be, for me, like top 10 anime of all time if it's done right. Seriously.
mm,
Uh, the fact that Blood of Zeus season 2 hasn't been confirmed yet is horrific. It's
Mm.
horrific because I am a huge Greek mythology fan, and to
mhm.
see like Greek mythology blend into anime it was sensational the first time I watched it. Sensational. And I love the storyline behind it. I love where they're going with it. And the fact that we haven't got a season 2 official date yet breaks my heart into a million pieces. Like I we've gotten so much other confirmed information for other shows and like video games and everything else except for this. And this is just been, yeah, it's been a travesty, truthfully. So
Is that on Netflix?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have
It's
to put that on my
basically,
list.
yeah, it's basically like following the story of Hercules, but his name's not Hercules, but it's
Hmm.
Hercules.
Mm.
Right,
Yeah.
got you. You know,
Good
yeah,
ass show.
dope. Yeah, I need to put that on because I've seen that across on my when I'm scrolling through. I
Yep.
need to put that on my list.
Super good.
Oh, so I'm gonna do another good moment. The return of Bleach.
Mhm.
Facts.
Yep.
We, for all the Bleach fans out there, we have been waiting 12 whole years for this show to finally come back. And when it came back in October,
Came back
we were
swinging.
we were we were thinking this was going to be at first episode. I was like, bro, is this anime of the year? That's how good
Facts.
this show is. Like when you see Ichigo and the gang and they get together and you hear
Mm.
that theme song coming up, I'm like, bruh. And the
Mhm.
animation is just flawless at this
It
point.
really is.
Yeah.
Um, Attack on Titan won Anime of the Year. If y'all didn't know,
Yeah. I
uh,
saw that yesterday.
oh, I sent that to y'all.
Yeah.
So that one anime of the year, but if it wasn't for that, Demon Slayer or Bleach would be the options that I would be choosing from.
Mm.
Yeah. And I'm
Like
really surprised that I'm as much as AOT was good, like better than the Entertainment District arc, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
I don't know. Attack on Titan's kind of I don't know if it's falling out of my good graces because I still love the show. I don't like how they're doing the final season. I don't like how they're splitting it up. I
Yeah,
don't. It just bothers me. Like my nigga, just drop it. Like
yeah,
I don't know. It's just a gripe I have with it. It doesn't
I
take away from
mean,
the
yeah,
show at all, but I understand that
I
good work takes time. So
I have no gripes about it winning anime of the year because it's just one of them shows that's like
yeah,
it's top tier at this point.
yeah.
But people have valid arguments about who could possibly take it other than Attack on Titan, like Demon Slayer, because Demon
Hmm.
Slayer was damn good.
Hey,
woo!
Like
That
they
might
was
be the
doing what
best
they need
arc
to
I've
do.
seen so far.
Yeah,
That
they
might
was
be the
doing
best
what they
arc
need to
in
do.
Demon Slayer. Yeah,
Hmm.
and it
that might
only
be the
gets
best
better
one.
from here.
It only gets better, bro. The Swordsmith
Yeah,
Village arc is finna be crazy.
Yeah,
Actually, no. Let me stop talking.
yeah, yeah,
Say so.
yeah.
So
But
yeah,
Uh,
but
you got a lot
Bleach,
to see.
yeah, Bleach is definitely up there. The characters making a comeback. Uh, Ichigo, he's just. I didn't want to go down a rabbit hole and see what his power was because I didn't want to spoil it for myself from the manga. But the
Hmm.
stuff that this dude is going through and the stuff that he has two weapons at this point,
Hmm.
and I'm like,
mhm.
bro. And the dude that he gave the weapons to, he was like, yo, you only reached your this bit of potential.
This, yeah,
Just
Just wait till we get to the Quincy's and fighting them back again. I'm like, bro,
yep.
that's gonna be.
uh,
I don't know if that's gonna. I can't say that, but I don't know. That may possibly break the internet. I don't know. Um,
Maybe
maybe,
I
we'll
wouldn't be
possibly.
see.
surprised.
There's a good chance. Honestly, there's a pretty good chance. I ain't gonna hold you. There's a
Yeah,
pretty good chance
Yeah, yeah,
that
and
Crunchyroll would fucking crash. Like,
right, and the only gripe I would have about Bleach, and it's super small, is not seeing my girl Yoruichi at all.
yeah,
But I know she coming. I know
yeah. I was like,
she
she's
just
she's
yeah,
chilling.
coming, but
yeah. Just relax. Just hang on.
But yeah, that's I got like I got two more. I don't know if y'all have like a list, but I only
I,
got
I
two
got,
more.
I got, I got one more.
All right.
yeah, I got one more.
I got one more. Just one. Just one. So everybody knows as a kid, I liked Dragon Ball Z and I like Sonic the Hedgehog. And
Mm.
Yes,
Sonic
sir.
Frontiers, bro, playing Sonic Frontiers after the long streak of mid that Sega has been dropping for this man, it felt so good. It felt so good. Just playing a
Yeah,
game that is unanimously like, you know what? This ain't that bad, Sega. This ain't
yeah,
that bad. So that was definitely a good moment for me. It brought back a lot of childhood feelings, and I fucked with it.
yeah,
So good game, good game.
yeah.
Dope. Did
All
you
right, so
oh my bad.
what's up? No, go for it. What's up?
You beat it like once or
I yeah,
twice.
I beat it twice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Go Sonic fans. I'm happy for y'all.
Yeah, I'm happy
Facts.
for us too. It's a rough life being a Sonic fan because a lot of people it's so divided. A lot of people like the classic stuff and a lot of people like the 3D stuff, and you can't cater to both. So
Yeah.
I think they did what they need to do. I fucked with it.
Got you.
Because B took my other one for Elden Ring because that was probably
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
highlight of my 2022. Low key, I think it was probably my favorite game of all time. Um, play the first playthrough. So first, like it's a 2-part one. Committing to actually going and getting your PS5 was like a big thing for me because
Mhm.
I'm a huge Xbox fan, but like the PS5 is just a whole different beast.
Yep.
Mhm.
So on top of that, getting to play all the game exclusives for PlayStation that I had missed out on, specifically Ghost of Tsushima, was like it really was like PlayStation is in such a good spot for single player RPG
Yes.
games. It is
Mhm.
it's mind blowing how not even just that game, but like a plethora of games that are on PS5 that are just like it. The first playthrough I played of that game, I fell in love with the PlayStation and I fell in love with single player RPGs again.
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring, like I really was so focused. I would, for the first time in a long time, I looked forward to getting off of work or doing whatever else I was doing that day, coming home, ignoring the rest of the world, and
Mm-hmm.
just playing this game and like just playing the PS5. So like it's got to be one of the top highlights of my life of 2022. It was insane.
Dope. I'm happy that y'all got the PlayStation 2 because
Yeah,
when it first came out, it was not looking right for
Mm-hmm.
anybody. It was scarce.
yeah.
People didn't see
Yep.
any like you couldn't even find it. But
Yeah.
now I went to the BX the other day. They had like 5 in stock.
Oh no, they got
Yeah.
like 15 at this one.
I'm
They
like,
got them
that's
just chilling, posted. And you know what's crazy? People will just walk by it. Like now it's a normal thing. Just like
Yeah,
yeah,
that's insane to me. That is
yeah.
insane. They bumped up production, so it's definitely
About time.
showing. It's definitely showing
Yeah,
that they bumped up
it's
production
been
because they
what
just
3
chilling.
years.
Yeah,
yeah. I know.
yeah. Scalpers, man. I'm telling you, rookies. But anyway,
Nice. I got like I said, I got 2 more. Have y'all played this game called Dying Light?
yeah,
I've only seen
yes.
clips of it. I haven't actually played it yet.
I love that game. Played
I'm
it
gonna
when I was
just
younger.
say I'm gonna just say Dying Light was one of the most underrated PS4 games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That game took a whole new twist on how zombie games are. Um, during the day, you fight like actual like regular ass zombies, and then at night,
At
it's
night it
like
got
zombies on
crazy,
steroids.
bro. When I was a
Like
kid playing that bitch, I was scared for night. I would pause that bitch and just come back to it a little later.
no, like legit. Like I did not want to
Yeah.
do any missions at nighttime.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I
But
couldn't. I couldn't even stand still. Like they gonna get
no,
me.
like that game was amazing on the PS4, and one of the biggest disappointments of last year, they made Dying Light 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that game came and went.
Mm-hmm.
When that game came out, I forgot all about it.
People talked about it for like a
Um,
week. And that was it.
less than that, like, and I was wanting to buy this game, but the way it was set up, it's like, yo, it takes like 600 something hours to beat, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, that's
That's a
it
lot of
needs to be like a
time there,
certain.
bro.
Those are big
That's a
numbers.
lot of time,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
don't need to be playing 600 hours on just one game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and like the story, I heard that the story was all over the place. It just wasn't like the first one. I even went and played the DLC for the first one. That's how
Mm-hmm.
much I love Dying Light. But when I saw Dying Light 2, it was just a mess.
Yeah.
Another disappointment, which is sad because it's a lot of good things, but I'm just pointing out the negatives at this point. My last gripe would be, are y'all a fan of? Damn, I just had it. What was that game? I didn't write it on my notes. So, it came out last year. It was like Call of Duty, not Call of Duty. It was like Grand Theft Auto, but not really. It was like a parody.
Um.
I don't know what
Who
you're
made
talking
it?
about.
I feel like I know what you're talking about. What
It's
studio
like
made it? Was it just like some
THQ.
indie shit?
Nah, it's not indie. It's like Saints Row.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Saints Row. Saints Row.
Yeah.
Saints
They.
Row.
Saints Row. It
Mm-mm.
was either between Gotham Knights and Saints Row being one of the worst games of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I love Saints Row
Yeah.
1 through 3.
Yeah.
It was great, especially 2. But I heard news that they were gonna make a Saints Row game. I'm like, oh, dope, and it's gonna be out in
Mm-hmm.
like the West Coast, like the desert, like in Nevada or somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's a twist. But then when you see the game, and it's like, bro, this ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not it at all. I was like,
Damn shame.
I was
Wasn't
kind of
looking good
pissed because
at all.
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. Saints Row is fire, man. I remember playing Saints Row the third when I was a kid, and that was a fun game. That was a real fun game.
Yeah, no, Saints Row, it was great because like we all played Grand Theft Auto, and
Oh
that
Mm-hmm.
game
yeah.
can be funny,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not as ridiculous as Saints Row.
Saints
Like,
Row it was a fucking like dildo weapon or some shit like
bro,
that.
you
You
could
know,
hit people
Yeah.
with that, and you could
bro, you could launch them
customize.
halfway across the map with that shit, bro.
Yeah,
Like
It
bro. I haven't
was
played Saints Row, bro. What did the third one came out like?
that came out in
It had to be
2011.
like what
2011,
2010?
yeah,
Yeah, something like
2010 or
that, bro.
2011,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it was great, and like I said, I was so excited because they're bringing back Saints Row. We haven't heard any news, and then when it drops, it
Hmm.
doesn't hit. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
facts.
y'all could have did so much better with this. Now the customizing is A1. It's probably the best customizing you've ever seen in a game.
Hmm.
But when it comes to like gameplay, story wise, it just doesn't feel like an authentic Saints Row game. And yeah, that was very disappointing for me. Honorable mention. One of the best moments of last year was for me personally, getting my YouTube stuff together and
Hmm.
getting better, playing through my games, finishing my games.
Yeah.
Um, I know like I can be all over the place because different. It was a lot of bangers that came out,
Yep.
especially fall time, and I didn't really know which ones to play, but um, we got through it, um, and just honing my skills on like editing and how to present myself on YouTube, and it's just and getting more views. Like we were talking before, like my Call of
Hmm.
Yeah.
Duty shit. I just put a video out. It was one of the first ones. It got like 400 something views. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
being consistent, that's key because if you're not, you can fall off and you can take a break and the viewers won't come as often. But
Hmm.
if you're consistent, I'm pushing videos out like every week. And it's more like quality over quantity. I'm not putting out trash,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
but the more you do it, the more you're gonna get noticeable. And
Hmm.
yeah. And
It's
my
crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
shout out.
I was watching your old videos, and I would see how you were then, and I see how you are like now, night and
Yeah.
day, bro. You are
Yeah,
way
no,
more comfy on camera.
I've it was bad. Like the
Yeah.
first few videos,
Yeah.
but I've gotten more comfortable on what to say and presenting my stuff and
Hmm.
how to edit my stuff. And shout out to my partner in Texas because she does my thumbnails,
Hmm.
customized thumbnails, my Need for Speed thumbnail, my God of War thumbnail. She does all that stuff. So
Hmm.
whatever I have idea, I send it to her. She makes it into what I want. So
Nice.
shout out to her. But yeah, that was one of the biggest moments of just making my YouTube channel better and bigger. So
Nice. Nice.
nice.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts.
thanks.
I'm
You
so
come a
proud.
Wow.
long way, bro.
I know.
Yo, it has only been like 2 years too. So
Uh,
it can only
Yeah.
get better.
true.
But no, that's good. We've only been like 28 minutes in. We
Hmm.
doing good. Good time.
We good.
Yeah. And you know, I think one of the things that I guess we kind of just glossed over, like it wasn't like a major thing of 2022. Like we started the podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Like
we
we
did
we,
do
we
that.
on the
We
pod.
started a
Like you
podcast.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we got a
Like
podcast. You
that
feel
is
me? We
true.
on
you
that
know,
bit right now. Nah,
you know, and
but I don't know, man. Starting the podcast, that was one thing that was like kind of. I was thinking about it for a minute, and then I was like, yeah, I gotta be on my Luffy shit. I need the right people for it. So then I
yeah,
started. I started recruiting. I was like, I already know. I already know the two people I wanted, bro. I already know the two people I want
yeah,
on it. So that's
yeah.
definitely. We can only go up. We can only go up.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's been like one of the highlights of 2022 for me is like just you guys have forced me to play video games that I never thought I'd play, watch
Hmm.
shows that I like probably had on my watch list but wasn't gonna watch them for at least another 6 months. You know,
Yep.
like prepping for the week, prepping for the podcast has always been great. And then not only that, like some of the guests, like going on GG Level Up, that was an awesome
Hmm.
experience. Having our guests for all of our podcast guests that have been on,
Hmm.
they've been awesome. It's introduced me to a whole other group of podcasts I listen to regularly now. So like
Hmm.
it's been awesome, man. It's been cool. So B, I
Hey,
appreciate you
hey, shout out
throwing
to
this together,
GG
man.
Level Up. Shout out to
Yeah.
Facts,
GG
bro.
Level Up, man, because that's gang right there. They know what they doing.
Yeah,
Keep doing
yeah.
it.
Facts,
Oh,
facts.
shit. Yeah. All right, Ellis,
No,
what's
yeah, that's
next?
good. The other topic, this is strictly games. Um, Top 5 games that y'all are most participated for the year 2023.
Mm, okay.
All right.
And it's a lot.
All right. There's a lot.
It's a
So I
lot.
got off rip. I got like 3 that I'm thinking of like immediately. 2 of
Okay.
them are really DLCs. So does that count, or do you want whole new titles?
No, yeah, DLC is fine.
All right, bro. Elden Ring's DLC is dropping in 2023, and they're saying that the
Yep.
patch is so big, it's going to be like doubling the size of the game.
Jesus.
So we're
I
going to
might
have to go
I
through
might get that bitch
everything
again,
we've
bro.
been through. Yes, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling B, you're going to have to play it again, bro.
I
This is
know.
supposed to be one of the biggest patches for DLC content, probably in history. Like, this game is
Damn.
going to be enormous. Yeah, it's going to be one of the biggest patches ever. And the
Glad I got
gameplay
that
is going to
hard
be
drive.
different.
Yeah.
They're going to be dropping all sorts of new bosses, new storylines. Like, the level cap shoots through the roof again. It's going to be freaking phenomenal, bro.
Hey,
I'm telling
not
you.
gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you. If we all get Elden Ring and we be in that PvP mode boxing niggas, hey,
Say less.
good day. Good
Say
day.
less. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to get it for PS5, and I'm going to have to put a shit ton of time into that mug to get back to where I was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm telling you, that DLC is going to be sensational. And the second DLC that I'm looking forward to is actually a game I'm playing through right now. It came out on the Switch first, but now it has a PS5 and Xbox adaptation for it. Is Monster Hunter Rise. The Sunbreak DLC is dropping. It's not so. B, you played Monster Hunter World with
Yep.
me for a little while.
Mm.
Awesome, a brilliant game. Like
Mhm.
again, one of those games that I
Fire
just like.
game.
I put so much time into that game. It's wild.
Yeah.
I think this has the potential to be even better than World. Potential. And I'm not saying it is because right now it's not. But potential.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of it recently. That's pretty much what I've been
Mhm.
doing for the last week. Is just been playing Monster Hunter Rise. It's especially now as a veteran Monster Hunter player who's played a couple of titles. It's going to be really, really good.
Okay. Yeah, because Monster
So
Hunter,
those-
that's one of those franchises, man. I honestly I fuck with Monster Hunter. I'm glad you put me on
Yeah.
Monster Hunter. But if I
See,
like
good game,
wasn't
man.
if
And
I
I,
wasn't like
I
in school,
and
I'd
I
have a
never
lot more
played
time
Monster
for it.
Hunter, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I can only go off what y'all are telling me.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, that game is fire. Fire game. And like
Yeah.
I'm not like a vet who's been around for like 6 or 7 titles. I've only played like 3 or 4 of them. But for the people who have been playing Monster Hunter for a long time, seeing some of the monsters that like used to be in like the DS Monster Hunter games come out on like PS5 and the graphics that we have now has been, dude, like I can't even tell you. Like Anjanath coming back as a classic, Devil Joe coming back as a classic. Like we've had Rathians and Rathaloses for generations. Like it's just like a nostalgia thing on top of great new mechanics, great new gameplay, 14 different weapon classes, all the DLCs, all the new monsters, all that. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah.
Give it a shot.
I might have
Give
to.
it a shot.
He said, give it a
Oh
shot.
yeah, for sure. For
Please.
sure.
Yeah, it's
Try
free on
it.
Xbox right now. So for all you Xbox players, it's free right now on the Xbox store. Download that mug right now.
What about for our PlayStation players?
It's on sale right now for $40 instead of $60. I just bought it because I'm playing on both consoles.
Okay. Fire.
Dedication.
Ellis, you wanna go next?
Yeah, I'll go. So still on the DC topic. What I'm excited for, and Rocksteady is actually behind this game, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Yes, sir.
Bro, when I saw this trailer and I saw the gameplay of how it's actually gonna look, I'm like, yo, I gotta get this game.
Gotta get it.
I have to get this game. I don't know how it's gonna play out because I don't know if this ties in with certain comic books, but it maybe not.
Maybe.
But I like how I'm playing as like bad guys, and I'm not playing as like Batman, Superman,
which is a good change of pace. It's definitely a fire change of pace.
Most definitely. So I'm really excited on how this game is going to be with the gameplay. There's like it's third person, but I don't know if it's going to play like the fighting mechanics are going to play like Batman, because you got Deadshot because he uses weapons, and you got Harley and her play style might be different from his, and you got all the other ones. And
Yep.
it's like, so I'm really curious about how the gameplay, like fighting mechanics, are gonna be. But regardless, I'm super hyped for this game.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hyped for that shit, man. I'm hyped for that shit. So mine, I was hyped for it, and then it dropped, and now I'm not hyped for it.
Oh.
Forspoken. Yeah.
Oh.
Forspoken. I remember we were doing the
Oh,
episode and I mentioned, yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that
yeah.
fucking game. You do parkour and shoot magic with a black girl. And now and now it dropped and it's ass. So
Yeah.
that I was anticipated for it, but now I'm not. Another one I'm anticipated for is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
If
That was my next one. Yeah.
bro, yeah, bro. Oh my god. That game is gonna be amazing. That
It's
game,
gonna
I
be
feel like
phenomenal.
everything from Breath of the Wild got improved. Like literally everything. Just from the
Yeah.
trailers and all the gameplay leaks that I've seen, it looks phenomenal. So I'm definitely getting that like day one. Day one, I'm
hmm
getting that.
Don't crucify me, but I haven't beat Breath of the Wild yet.
That's fine. It's a
I'm
good
Really?
game. That's
Yeah, I
fine.
Yeah. I
haven't
It's
beat
mean,
it
a good
yet.
game.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Go ahead, take your time. Look at the grass swaying and shit. Go ahead.
it's a lot to do.
Take your-
It's definitely a lot to
yeah.
do.
yeah. So
It's probably one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen.
Mhm.
Pretty much
on
ever.
the Switch, which is
Yeah.
insane because the Switch,
Yeah.
the processing power is cool, but to handle a game looking like that with no stutters or hiccups that I saw in my playthrough is
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
No,
Next
I'm
on
looking
my
forward.
list. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No. Like I said, I'm looking forward to that game. It just wasn't on
mhm,
my it just wasn't on my list though. But
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Next one, it's dropping. I think in June is Street Fighter 6.
yes, sir. That's on my list.
Man,
That's on
wait. When
my
I tell
list.
you, did y'all see the new gameplay trailer,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
bro? Flawless execution.
Uh-huh.
This game is gonna be. It's gonna be sensational, man. And like, I don't know how y'all's like history is with Street Fighter, but like when it comes to fighting games, Street Fighter was the first fighting game I ever played.
Mm.
Like A1 day one, I'm talking about arcade style.
Mhm.
Like as a kid, going in there with a pocket full of quarters, trying to play Street Fighter. Right.
Nigga
To
said, I
see
got
where it
next.
was, yeah, exactly. To see where it was and to see where it is now. Also, just quick side note: did y'all ever go to an arcade? Like, I'm not making this shit up, right? It's not just me. Arcades used to be if you beat one section of it, you got a free next round, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be like motorcycle or racing games or whatever. Like if you won, you got to play the next match for free.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not that way anymore.
What do? They just say
You have to
put
pay
more
again.
coins in
It's,
type shit.
Who wants
yeah,
your money?
I'm like,
Yeah, that's
yeah, completely unrelated.
mhm.
But yeah, so I'm super pumped for this new Street Fighter, man. I think it's got a new developer. I think, isn't it? Like it's being developed by a new company now.
I know like new games are coming out with that Real Engine.
Real Engine.
Is it 5? I think
Something,
5 or
yeah,
6.
I don't know, but the way whatever they're doing,
Yeah,
it looks
it's
Yeah.
good.
looking good.
yeah.
It's
So
looking real good.
that's my next one on my list. I'm super pumped for. I think it comes out in June. I think that's Street Fighter 6. Yeah.
Who did you play with? Like, who was your main?
Which Street Fighter?
Like, who was your like go to in like any Street Fighter?
Kind of hard not to go with Ryu, right? Like, I don't, like he's super like he's always good. If you're talking about Blanca, used to be like my character back in the day. So I think probably Chun-Li was probably up there too because she could throw hands. I mean, like, it's hard. There's so many like good Street Fighter characters. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what's funny?
I think
You
it's
said
just
you've been playing Street Fighter like forever. We're literally like polar opposites. I'm like that with Tekken. I've been playing Tekken.
Oh yeah.
I had Tekken on a PlayStation 1, bro. When them niggas was blocks. I was
Yeah.
slower than
Yeah.
Like poly figures and polygons.
Yeah.
So that's our like experience is like swapped. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. I think probably one I've played as a kid because he was a boxer and I like boxing games was probably Balrog from Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
I played him a lot. So yeah.
I suck at Street Fighter. Like the best character that I was using was Cammy. She just felt like the
Cammy.
most balanced to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm completely different when it comes to Tekken versus when it comes to Street Fighter. So like it's a lot of different. It's super technical,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you got to be real specific on what buttons you have to press to make that to get that combo or to get that
combo that
that
you
ultra
want.
move.
Yep.
So yeah, that was always difficult for me to get.
Yeah, B More made me quit Tekken. We played a match in his house, and he beat the rakes off me, bro. He beat the because you know, like Injustice is like probably my best fighting game. I play as Catwoman in that one, and I beat the shit out of people in that game. So both Injustice and it's the side fighting game. So like Street Fighter, that one, like I'm good at those ones. 360 fighting games like Soul Calibur and Tekken is very difficult for me to like go from a singular analog one to like 360 combat is very difficult.
Because
I played a lot of Tekken, Soul Calibur, all that.
Yeah, same. And it's just muscle memory at that point. Like when I get to a character, I know how his moveset is already.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like you got the edge because you already know how this character fights.
It's just two different fighting style games.
Yeah.
Right. One of the other ones I have Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
Yes.
Spider-Man 2. That's probably I can't even say game of the year because there's so many games coming out, but it's gonna be definitely up there.
It might be game of the year.
You
think so?
Yeah, I think so.
And if they have, from what I was seeing, and if I don't know if they're gonna do this or not, but if they add co-op to this, where you can be Miles and Peter, bruh, that's I'm done.
That's game of the year content right there,
bro.
That's game of the year content.
Like it's gonna give Zelda a run for its money for the game of the year if it's co-op.
Bro.
For sure. I can already see game of the year 2023. Zelda, Spider-Man, and whoever the fuck wants to run against. I can already see it.
And you got Venom. Like I don't know what role he's gonna play in because we might have a bigger villain than Venom. Who knows?
Glad he's in that bitch. I love Venom.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for that game to come out. I forgot what date. I don't think they had a date.
I think it's late.
It might be late, like 2023. It might be late, like real late, November, December type shit.
Got you. I got 3 more.
Okay.
How many do I have?
Cool. I
only got
2 more. 2 more.
All right. B-more, you can go.
Yeah. I got Tekken 8. You already know I got Tekken in here. Yep, that's on my list. It's supposed to drop late 2023, maybe early 2024 if they want to get some bugs, get some patches out the way or whatever. But super hyped for that. That the trailer that they dropped, bro, that game is going to look nice. That game is going to look insane.
They look real. Like
they look realistic in that trailer.
I know when games come out, like we all say, "Yo, these graphics are like they look real." No, like this game legit looks like
next
real
level.
I'm talking like sweat rolling off the tricep type shit,
the biceps,
like,
bro. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
and I want to know. I want to know what the story is going to be like because for whoever played Tekken 7, it's like we know how that went down. So it's like Jin versus Kazuya, and I'm like, let's see how that's going to go. But yeah, this game was good.
Yeah. So the next one I got is y'all might not know this one, Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep. It's for those who haven't played like the Neo 1, Neo 2 games. It's kind of like that style, with a little bit of FromSoft type aesthetic in it too. So it's a good mix. So it's gonna be a fire game. I was watching gameplay of it earlier. I'm getting that shit. So
yeah, you like the monk. You're like the character's like a Monkey King, but he can turn into like anything.
Anything. Yep. That's a fire concept. If they do it right, it's gonna be a fire concept. But yeah, because that's definitely something you can fuck up. Like I'm gonna
Oh
be real
yeah,
with
yeah.
you,
Oh,
but yeah,
easy,
I'm
easy.
excited for it. I'm excited. So
Yeah.
mm,
All right. So my next two, one, I think this one is going to be in the conversation with Spider-Man 2 and Zelda for Game of the Year. I'm like very confident that this is going to be in there. Is Star Wars Jedi Survivor drops in March, bro?
mm,
That game, bro. If you haven't seen the gameplay trailers for that, just go see it. Just do yourself a favor. For anyone listening,
just
if
go
you haven't seen the
watch.
trailer yet, just freaking go watch it, bro. That game is gonna be fucking crazy. Like they're bringing back some of the old characters from. They're like filling in parts of the canon that we haven't heard, from other
Yeah,
sides of Jedi Order. Bro, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a fucking awesome game. Awesome game. I think it drops mid March. By the way, Spider-Man drops in like September.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then the last one, and I'm excited for it, but I don't know if it's gonna be like revolutionary, because it's hard to adapt a video game from a movie concept or a book concept if you don't like. It's easy to go from a
I know
video
what you're
game
about to
to a
say.
movie, but
yep,
not from a movie to a video game. The Hogwarts Legacy, man, I'm telling
yep,
you,
yep.
that game has the potential to be super fire, because I think it was on the Switch prior to or something like that, but now it's coming to PS5 and Xbox. I think it's in April or May or something like that.
Hmm.
Hogwarts Legacy, being able to choose your own uh, your schoolhouse and then be able to like walk
Hmm.
through, like it's like a choose your own adventure thing, bro. I'm telling you,
I
hey,
love that. I love choose your own adventure type shit, bro.
yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
So just wait for your boy to go to Ravenclaw and end up being houseboy, and I'm gonna be the next dude. So we'll see.
Next.
Nice. No, Hogwarts Legacy was on my list. Like I'm
Mm,
coming from a Harry Potter fan. I've seen all
Yeah,
movies, I read all the books, I've played some of the games, and when I heard that they're making a Hogwarts Legacy, this is like a prequel before Harry Potter.
hmm.
yeah.
Um, it was super dope. There's so many things that they can do right with this game, but there's so many things that they could also do wrong.
Do
This
wrong.
can be
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, which is like a double-edged sword in a way, which I'm very scared of. But I have
I got
faith.
hope. I got
I have
hope.
faith, and the way the customization of the characters, bruh, the way they customize black characters
Yeah,
Yeah.
is so descriptive and so distinctive. It's like, bro, we finally have a game, because when you can play like RPGs, you create your own
Hmm.
player. They have
mm,
like two hairstyles for black people,
yep.
Facts. It's
Yep.
and
like
like,
dreads and afro, and
One
that's
of
it.
one of them
right,
is cornrows for sure. One of
I'm
Yeah.
them is
like,
Facts.
bruh,
cornrows.
that
uh,
Hogwarts is just, they have so many different stuff that they can do with that game, and I've seen gameplay, and I'm like, bro, I'm ready. I want to go. Me personally, it's gonna be Ravenclaw or Slytherin for me, because
I knew
I
you were gonna
actually
be a
want to.
Slytherin.
I want to be the bad guy so bad, but
Yeah. Yeah.
we're gonna see how that turns out. But that game is coming out next month, so I'm excited. That's one of the games I might. I'm not gonna do a full playthrough on, but I'm gonna stream it for sure.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um, and then the final game that I have going for me, Tekken 8 was on the list, but we already talked about that.
Hmm.
I love horror. I love horror games. 2023 horror is making a comeback.
Hmm.
Uh, Resident Evil 4 remastered, or the remake,
Yeah,
bruh.
Interesting.
it's lit.
When you're talking about a game that revolutionized how action games are, was the
True.
OG Resident
Hmm.
Evil 4.
True.
And now that they're making a remake of that game, that's a day one. I've played Resident Evil. I played 1, 2, 3. I played some of the spin-off games. I
Hmm.
played the remake. So I am a big Resident Evil fan. Resident Evil 2 was I believe it was game of the year. The remake 3, Resident Evil 3 was cool. But 4 just took it to another level
Yeah.
when they made that.
Hmm.
And now it's I think it's coming out in March, I believe. But yeah, I'm ready for that. And I heard, because like with the OG Resident Evil, it was more like action based. It wasn't as
Yeah.
scary,
Hmm.
but from what the developers were saying, this game is just going to be as scary as the other ones, plus the
Okay.
action.
Okay.
Damn.
So
It's a good
yeah,
mix.
yeah. So horror is definitely making a comeback. As you can, Dead Space just came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Saw that.
game was
Saw
good.
that.
We got Resident Evil. There's a whole bunch of other scary games. It just wasn't on my list. But Resident Evil 4 was one of the games I'm looking forward to. So I'm super excited for that. Leon,
Yeah,
my dude.
I think one of the things I forgot to mention for one of my honorable mentions, I'm not necessarily looking forward to it because I've been kind of disappointed in the last couple of titles that came from AC, but Assassin's Creed Mirage, I'm keeping
heard.
some tabs on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping some tabs on. I don't think it has I know it's coming out in 2023, but I don't know specifically when. I don't know if it has a date yet, but I'm going to keep some tabs on it because it could be really, really good.
Could be.
It could be.
I heard
got-
they're bringing like that old Assassin's Creed feel to it. They're bringing that
that's
back.
what I'm hoping. Because like some of the new titles are just like we're kind of getting away from Assassin's Creed and what it's supposed to be. You know
The
what I
stealth.
mean? And so
Yeah.
and like I feel like they could bring it back in Mirage. So I'm hoping that that's the case.
Nice.
Dope. No, yeah, like I said, this year it's some bangers coming out, and my wallet is definitely gonna be hurting.
My wallet
So
hurting
So-
right now. Fuck.
If you could only choose one of the things that we talked about, like one game that you're looking forward to for 2023, if you could only choose which one that you're looking forward to the most, what would it be?
Tekken 8.
Really?
I'm boxing
now
niggas.
you said that quick.
I've been boxing niggas my
Yeah.
whole life. It's gotta be
He
Tekken.
said
So yeah,
That's crazy.
I've been fighting my whole life. It's gotta be Tekken, bro. I got history with that game.
I'm gonna have to give it to Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I was close, man. Spider-Man 2 was like I think it's number 2 on my list. I know I'm a fanboy of this game a lot, but I think that Elden Ring's DLC is going to take the cake for me, bro. That thing is going to be wild. I love that game so much.
Elden Ring put a lot of new
fire.
people on the map for playing those type of games, me included.
Yeah.
It's a real
Soulsborne's, bro.
beginners.
Yeah.
I guess they're calling it a beginner's game. It's not really too demanding, but it's beginner friendly. It's real beginner friendly.
Yeah, I'd say maybe in the beginning. I'd say the end game for Elden Ring is probably I'm about to piss a lot of people off. A lot of Soulsborne people off. I think it might be the most difficult end game for a Soulsborne game out of any Soulsborne game. If you include Malekith, Malenia, Radagon, I think it's probably up there. Early game, you can get away with fucking around.
You're not wrong.
But like the end of the game, like if you don't know what you're doing by then, like you're gonna get fucking slaughtered.
You're not wrong. Like I remember the end game for Dark Souls 3, and you're fighting Cinder, the Lord of fucking Souls, and honestly, I didn't even know I was about to fight him, and I just breezed through him.
Yeah.
So, oof. But
I mean, you could be like, you could be geared up to the teeth, walk into Malenia and get your ass beat. Like, like it's just the way it is.
So, I like how
they're saying that it might be they're saying she might be the most difficult video game boss in history.
Well, I mean, it's just her timing and her fucking attacks, dude. It's just,
and she can heal, bro.
It's unfair.
So,
it's unfair. So
I ain't ready for all that.
Hey,
every time she hits you, she heals, bro. It's wild.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If I cop Elden Ring, I'll help you through the first boss, bro.
Yeah, shit, you saw me struggling with that first boss.
I tried to help you. I was in the chat. I remember.
Yeah.
You talking about Morgoth? The very first guy, the Fallen Omen, the dude who was swinging around a hammer and beating the shit out of people.
Yeah. He jumps down. He throws like these daggers, and you got to like,
yeah. Morgoth, yeah.
If I get that game, I got you, bro.
Bro. I promise you, I got you, bro.
Yeah, we got you.
It was so with certain fighting games, I'm used to being on the offensive and just going in. But with this game, you really have to pay attention to what the next move is going to be.
Watching their patterns and shit like that. That's how you live in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And I remember.
You just gotta pick. Like you gotta pick what you're gonna do, and don't like well, I might put a little bit in arcane and a little bit in wisdom and a little bit of no, like stick to one thing and go with it.
Jack of all trades doesn't work in Elden Ring. If you
You're
play
gonna
it
die.
right, if you play it right, it might work. But Jack of all trades definitely does not work. If
See, that's my thought process.
Yeah,
like,
Jack of all trades does not work.
Yeah,
bro.
you're
gonna
gonna
be
die.
a master at everything. If you're trying to be a master at everything, you're gonna suck ass at a good majority of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Damn. See, I'm so used to dodging like back, but people are telling me to dodge forward because I'm like, yo, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, rolling into the attack. You have, like, you have invincibility frames and shit like that. So rolling into the attack is generally what you should be doing.
It's crazy. Hey, well, I'll just say Elden Ring is definitely one of them games. It got Game of the Year for a reason. So yeah, it's definitely one of them games that's going to be remembered. Like,
I still hear people saying God of War should have took it, even after
I don't
agree. I'm playing through Ragnarok right now, and yes, it's a phenomenal game. But I don't think it's beating Elden Ring in terms of anything.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think that the combat, you can win God of War one way. Like you can only win God of War in one type of way. You can play Elden Ring 100 times through and play it and beat it a different way every single time.
Yep. For God of War,
you could be a mage, you could be a holy knight, you could be you can do death rot, you can do just pure strength, you can do any type of weapon you want, bleed builds, speed builds, like it's just different every time.
The developers had one like vision that you could play through God of War Ragnarok with. But Elden Ring, they said, hey, look, here's what you need, have at it. We ain't even gonna tell you nothing. Go ahead, jump in. We ain't gonna tell you nothing.
God of War is definitely more story based and more of a narrative. Where Elden Ring, like you said, you can do anything in that game.
Yeah.
A lot of people's argument for it was that God of War Ragnarok had a better storytelling aspect than Elden Ring, and they were saying like recite the story for Elden Ring. Tell me what the fuck Elden Ring is about. Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think that's an argument, my good sir.
Well, I mean, sure, Elden Ring doesn't have like a dedicated storyline, but it's still about like the death rune being taken from the first demigod after he was murdered, and you becoming the Elden Lord by taking the death rune away from Malekith and becoming the new Elden Lord.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Elden Ring and just Dark Souls in general is it's so like lore based. Like somebody could look at something because items have descriptions and shit like that. Somebody could look at a description of an item and like tie that into the lore and whatever, and they could have a completely different ideology than somebody else who looks at it. So honestly, I like how Dark Souls FromSoft, I like how they do their storytelling. So I didn't think that was a fair point, but it won Game of the Year. So
yeah, if you stick to it, that's your niche. That's what you're good at. Then don't change it up. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Facts.
But no, I am definitely looking forward to all these games playing. Even the games that I really didn't know about, I'm looking forward to now, and that's definitely going to be on my list. So switching topics, the last one, Last of Us. HBO series, new, just came out 2 weeks ago. Well, maybe 3 weeks ago. But first impressions, what did y'all think of what y'all saw? And do you think it's going to be a good show moving forward?
Off rip, bro, episode 1 literally feels like oh my God, when they're driving in the car and everything was fucking happening, bro, like I envisioned myself holding the controller, just looking at everything like, holy fuck, bro. I love it. I love it. This is definitely like an adaptation that works. Like people are saying they want a Red Dead Redemption 2 adaptation because this shit is booming. This shit is doing so good. They want more video games to get adapted. So they're definitely doing what they need to do. I only watched episode 1. But I am extremely excited to watch 2 and 3, and they got renewed for
second season.
Yeah.
Already with 2 episodes dropping.
That is a lot of faith for a season 2. Yeah, they're doing what they need to. I loved everything about it.
So I'm not going to speak on episode 2 because B's only watched episode 1. I think episode 2 is better. Yeah, I think episode 2 is better.
I'll probably
Yeah.
watch this bitch right after. So
Wow, when Joel and Tess were driving through Boston, I was thinking, holy shit, I am playing the video game. Like that is how accurate this game is. I mean, this TV show is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The fact that Ellie is there. I love how they're staying true to it. So Ellie's already saying like, "Hey, I'm immune. Don't worry about it." And then like that plays into episode 2 so I'm not gonna get too much into it, but like I love the nuance of how they're actually taking things in information and staying true to the majority of the video game. And I'm a firm believer it's harder to go from a show to a video game than if it is from a video game to a show, but they're doing this right.
Yep.
And I know there's only 2 episodes out, and I think the third one drops today.
Yeah, third one's out.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're really in store for a treat. They're doing it right. I really like the show. I'm not going to go off the edge and clickbait everybody like, oh my God, it's the greatest TV show I've ever seen. But I think it's really good. I think that the actor for Joel, I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden.
Pedro Pascal, I think.
Yeah, plays it perfect. Yeah, I think it's a great game. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it.
So I agree on everything y'all just said. Me coming from, I remember getting this game in 2013 and buying this game on PS3. That's how old it is. 10 years ago, which is crazy to me.
Wild.
Like I remember playing this game for the first time, and I'm like, bro, this is probably story-wise the greatest story-based game I've ever played in my life. Like when it comes down to the characters, the world they're living in, how you got to worry about the clickers, how you got to worry about humans. I was more scared of the humans than I was of the actual infected people because you don't know. It's like it's self-preservation at that point. It's like the
Everybody's
world
just trying to survive. Yep.
The world is turned to shit, and you just got to survive at that point. When I heard they were making a TV show out of the game, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared because we've all seen movie to video game adaptations, and how most 8 out of 9 times, like it doesn't go how you want it to go. But they've gotten better with that, like how I'm gonna just throw the Sonic the Hedgehog movie out there. That got good reviews for a movie based on a video game character. And now they saw that trend and like, all right, here's how we can make it better. With The Last of Us, you can easily make a story, you can make a show out of that because the game plays like a show.
Yeah.
Like it's I was worried about the characters. The Pedro Pascal dude, he's on a roll this year. He's playing the Mandalorian and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was scared for Joel because I didn't know how he was going to play it. I was scared for Ellie because I didn't know how she was going to be with that character. But now the first episode going in, just our first episode, I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm all. You got me convinced to where these characters are Joel. This character is Ellie. This character is Tess, Marlene. Like, and you can tell like what they did with the show is put more detail into it because in the game you see how everything just happens. Like
there's not really like a lot of
that. Yeah, the show gives you
the
show gives you more backstory to where you're Joel's daughter, Sarah, and you're just in her point of view into like the first 20-30 minutes or whatever. And then for the people who played it or seen the show, you know what happens to Sarah. But yeah, after that happened, Joel turned into a heartless, cold human being who doesn't give a fuck about anything at that point. Like when you lose something like that, it's like, and then when you see that Ellie is affected, you like, yo, I need to shoot this girl right now. I don't care if she a
Yeah.
girl,
Mm-hmm.
grandma, elderly, is getting to human self-preservation, like I said.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this show just fleshes the characters and what happens in the game out more. Um, and with Tess, I like how uh, everybody in this world is not good.
True.
There are no good
Yeah,
people in this show. Like even though in the game Joel was the main character,
that doesn't
Joel did some
necessarily mean
pretty
he's a
bad
good
things.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, this is coming from a person who played The Last of Us like 10 times, beat it. I beat it on fucking grounded, and that was the
mm.
hardest
Oh,
difficulty.
damn. Yeah.
Damn, you different.
This man dedicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this and playing The Last of Us 2. Um, so the first season, no spoilers, but the first season it plays all the way out through the first game, and the second season plays it through part two.
Ah.
So yeah, we're gonna see where that goes and how that's gonna play out. But yeah, I'm loving this show so far. Um, I'm just waiting till we see more of the infected
Hmm.
and how they're gonna be. But be more when you get to episode 2. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but
Mm.
you're gonna see how the infected are, and it plays a different way than what the game plays.
Yeah.
Because it's like in the game, you can kind of creep up behind him and sneak your way through,
Yeah.
but in the show, it does it completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole
So,
sensory is different. Yeah.
yo,
Okay.
if I was living in this world, I would. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
ain't.
yeah.
But
So let me ask you this, because I one of the best video game adaptations into a film or a TV show, I have one thing that comes to mind, and it came out recently. Um, where do you think this is going to rank when it's all said and done? I know it's hard off only out for 2 episodes, but do you think this is going to be like top 5, top 10? Is it going to be the
it's
best adaptation?
I
Mm.
can't say the best because we're only a few episodes in, but I can definitely say from what I've seen, it's up there with top 5.
Okay. Okay.
Like I don't see at a point where, and as you can see with the scene, because there was like a video of like a gameplay scene and like the show scene, it was like scene for scene, beat for beat. The script was the
Yeah.
same thing,
Hmm.
and I'm like, bro, they're getting this from the game. This
Yep.
is
Yeah.
crazy. So
Yeah.
this is probably the best from what I've seen so far. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, this like I said before, this game could be a show. Like you can actually see this being a show.
True.
You can actually see Red Dead being a show.
Yeah.
Like those type of games
Hmm.
were they have the narrative story to flesh out the characters and become a movie or a TV series. So yeah, it's like it's definitely gonna be top 5. It's up there.
Okay. I think for me, I'm glad that they ended up doing it as a TV show rather than a movie,
Yes.
because, like, so when I think best adaptation from a video game to a movie, the first thing that comes to mind is Uncharted. Like,
Mm.
that movie was fucking awesome. Like, it was the way that it was filmed, the way that Tom Holland played. Oh god, what's the guy's name? All of a sudden, I'm blanking on his name.
Drake.
Yeah, Nathan
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah. Nathan Drake. The only thing I kind of didn't like was Mark Wahlberg's adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really agree with that, but I think that it was definitely going in the right direction, and I think that Uncharted gives you plenty of content to be able to like make other movies. I was afraid that they were going to try to turn The Last of Us into a movie, and you
Mhm.
can't really do that because you're going to cut out so much
There's so
storyline.
much. If you made
Yeah.
it a movie, that would get cut out. Where
Yeah,
if it's a TV show, you have time, you have the space, you have the bandwidth to be able to explain those little details that would get left out if it was a movie. So making it a
exactly.
TV show was a fire choice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to tonight's episode.
Yeah.
And moving forward, we're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
Have y'all played? Y'all played Last of Us?
Mm-hmm.
The first one.
A while ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all
the
played
first
part
one.
2?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'll
I've
play it
seen
before
gameplay. I've seen
show come
gameplay on
out.
part 2 though. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
but I haven't played it myself.
Got you. No, yeah, like I said, the scene for scene in gameplay, and the show, it's like, bro, it can't get better than this.
Yeah.
So,
And like I said, I think Pascal plays Joel like
oh yeah,
that was what I was
Mm.
worried about. Now, but he plays him perfectly. Like,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So no, that's all I got.
All right, bet. You want to close us out?
Sure. I mean, do y'all have anything else y'all want to say?
I got one final thing that I wanted to say from what we thought about earlier. I was just reading my notes and I forgot. Biggest L of 2022. Biggest L. My opinion, of course. My opinion. Disney Plus TV shows. All of them were fucking terrible. Just specifically 2022. I'm not talking about Loki. I'm not talking about WandaVision. I'm not talking about all of them. Just this year, outside of Moon Knight, and Moon Knight had its moments, they really dropped the ball on TV shows and Disney Plus. Like, they need to like jack them things up, specifically for Marvel. I don't know about like Mandalorian and Andor and everything like that, but like She-Hulk was not good at all. That was a horrible show.
I got a question, but I'll wait.
All right, go. No, go for it.
So, how do y'all feel about Phase 4 of Marvel?
It's been the worst phase so far.
Okay, just wanted to get y'all's opinion.
Yeah,
It feels
it's
misguided,
horrendous.
like they don't know what to do or what to write about.
There definitely were some good movies in Phase 4, but like you said, it's just all over the place at this point.
It
And
feels like they
hopefully,
don't have a direction that it's going.
yeah, and hopefully they can bring it back with the Kang the Conqueror, because this dude, the way they're
True.
hyping this dude up, he's bigger than fucking Thanos.
No, he a dog, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Nathaniel Richards, that dude's a monster. Which I still don't know how they're gonna play that into it, because like, I mean, unless they make Mr. Fantastic black, which I guess is possible. Because traditionally, in the comics,
multiverse
like,
shit.
Yeah, but like
make them black.
Traditionally in the comics, like King the Conqueror is Nathaniel Richards from the Young Avengers, and Nathaniel Richards is the son of Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four.
See, I didn't know all of that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, I think Jonathan Majors plays him great, so it's like not a big deal. But I'm just kind of curious of like where they're gonna go with him. So are they saying that like just somewhere in the multiverse we had a black Mr. Fantastic, or like I don't know how because they're setting up the Young Avengers. You know what I mean? We got Hawkeye, but like, you know, Hawkeye's done now, so you know what I mean. We have Wanda's kids are on the team. Scar, Hulk's son, is on the team. Ironheart from Wakanda Forever is on the team. So like they're setting them up.
Yeah.
But like where's Nathaniel Richards coming into? But you have to have a Fantastic Four to have Nathanial Richards. And like, so I guess I'm kind of just confused on where they're going with that aspect of it.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I am excited for the next phase on like what this villain is how this villain is gonna play out.
Like a dog. That's how it's gonna play out, like a fucking dog.
Facts.
Damn.
I'm gonna go watch Ant-Man when it drops.
Yeah, same. Nah, I don't have anything else left. Thank y'all for giving me y'all's top 5 and what y'all thought of last year. And next episode in the next 2 weeks?
Yep.
Sound good to me.
Alrighty.
See y'all 2 weeks.
Deuces.